Wow, that was freaking awesome. That's that reaction you have when you leave a business that gives you the treatment you deserve. Everyone deserves and expects to be treated like a priority when they support a business with their hard-earned dollars. So this got me wondering, what are the foundations that give you that wow factor when you leave a great business? Hi guys, I'm Nick Fitz and welcome to my podcast, A Breath of Fresh Air. And I'm glad you all have decided to tune in. I've had interest to either start my own or support another business, and know many others have similar ideas. So, I had to find out how a business can be successful, and I decided to do a little bit of research to get a better understanding. I've done my own studying and also came across many other different sources, pretty much all sharing the same similar ideas and concepts about successful businesses, to which I'm excited to share to you guys. I really want to start out today by talking about the leadership. And in my opinion, that's where it all starts. Without proper leadership, no business or team can succeed. An interview with Travis Boersma, one of the original Dutch Bros creators, lays out how the leadership is for the company. In the interview conducted by Lauren Christen through the company Capital Pacific, she asked Travis how he ran the company and created the brand he did. His answer was simple, but inspiring. Servant leadership. When a leader puts everyone else before themselves, the company and employees are more willing to follow. They notice when they are treated as a priority instead of just some afterthought or no big deal. He goes on to give a pyramidal list to who is most important all the way down to the bottom level. He says customers are most important, the new hires next, the vet broistas and managers after that, then himself all the way at the bottom. He feels if he takes care of everyone else first, then everything else will fall in line for himself. Now, a major key to that pyramid is the customers. It isn't a surprise to hear Travis put the customers at the top of the list. He said, the Dutch Bros' goal is to try and create a magnetic and contagious atmosphere and create relationships with customers by just trying to make them smile day in and day out. From another interview with Travis Boersma, conducted by Jake Turner and edited by Caitlin Barber, through Brown Brothers Harrison, Travis gave more information on how to create the atmosphere that drives people to come back. He said, we rolled out the red carpet when we seen people coming back every time. Let's face it, there's coffee shops everywhere that make coffee products for other people. Travis knew he had to give the customers a reason to come back every single time, apart from the drinks, and that was treating them like royalty. The commitment to making everything right for the customers was what he thought was most important, and in reality, if it isn't, is your business really going to succeed at all? Travis continues to go on in the interview to say, we are love everyone, serve everyone. This really sums it all up. A place where you know you'll get treated the way you should be is a place people are willing to return to. Now, you may be wondering, what about the employees? Aren't they just as important? Well, of course they are. Countless studies show that employee satisfaction is directly linked to customer satisfaction. Mary Poppins, not to be confused with the famous Disney character, was 2018's Customers Success Influencer, which means she was the best at managing the relationship between the business and the customer. She found that creating an environment that employees love to be in directly correlates to the customer engagement they produce. The more employees enjoy being at work, the better customer service. Poppin found that companies with high employee engagement had twice the customer loyalty. High customer loyalty is a major key in the success for a business. Customers who consistently return to your business and enjoy it are also much more likely to recommend it to their friends and family. Employee engagement isn't just a suggestive idea. It is crucial for the success of a business. Poppin found that companies who score in the top quartile of engagement have Glassdoor recommend scores that are 34% higher and CEO ratings that are 27% higher than those who scored in the bottom quartile. It's a pretty big gap. I know countless people who will research a place online for reviews and ratings before they actually decide to go themselves. So, the better ratings and reviews your company receives, the more likely people will make that decision to trek on down to your business and see what all that good news is about. With this being said, I decided to conduct a simple survey just at the Dutch Bros shop that I work at on the corner of Eustick Avenue and Nampa Caldwell Boulevard. We have about 48 employees who work regularly at the shop. For the survey, I asked them, in quotes, how satisfied or happy are you working for the Dutch Bros company? I gave options 1 through 10, with 1 being completely miserable, 5 being moderately enjoyable, and 10 being completely satisfied, with no complaints or even the best job that they've ever had. I ended up getting 41 total answers, and not a single one was below 8. There were 7 that marked 8, 11 that marked 9, and 13 that marked 10. I asked everyone to be completely honest, and results I got were pretty concluding. Dutch Bros make sure its employees are satisfied and happy, and that leads to great customer satisfaction and customer happiness, just like Travis was talking about. Now, we all know how important it is to keep your employees satisfied and happy, but how do we do it? Well, William Craig, the founder and president of company WebFX, who has been voted number 1 as the best place to work in Pennsylvania for 3 straight years, he's found that giving employees a positive work-life balance is absolutely critical in keeping their satisfaction at a high level. It is proven that employees who work long, 12-hour days are at much higher risk of depression, anxiety, sleep deprivation, and heart disease. Nobody wants to just work every single hour of their day, and some companies will force you to do that. It's definitely not a way to keep your employees happy or satisfied. Craig found that workers in Germany, who averaged about 28 hours a week, were increasingly more efficient and more productive by nearly 70% of workers in Greece, who worked an average of a 42-hour week. Pretty crazy, right? The saying less is sometimes more definitely fits in this situation. Employees who are satisfied with their work-life balance are much more dedicated and in return are much more less likely to leave. Employee retainment is critical to keep in mind. The NBRI, the National Business Research Institute, has shown how important it is to retain your employees. The NBRI has done countless research projects for some of the biggest companies in the world, aka the Fortune 500 companies. Some of these include Walmart, Shell Gas Companies, Toyota, Frito-Lay, and many more. They found that companies that actively listen and engage with their employees have much lower turnover rate than those who don't. Turnover rate is the number of employees that leave within a given certain period of time. Why is this important? Well, the loss of 1 dissatisfied employee will result in a cost of about 150% of his or her yearly salary between the advertising for a replacement, training the new person, and lost productivity. That's a pretty high number. In perspective, if your employee makes $25,000 a year, which, if they're working 40 hours a week, averages about $12 to an hour, if they decided to quit, it would cost you nearly $37,500 in yearly salary, or almost $19 on the hour, to try and find a replacement. Employee retainment is imperative, and creating a workplace environment they enjoy makes them want to stay. Customer loyalty stems from the exact same reason employee loyalty does: a strong connection to a common goal. Companies that create a culture of open, responsive communication and well-known representatives ensures trust in the continual return of customers. Ensuring employee satisfaction creates the best benefits for not just the employees, but the employer and customers along with it. Many parts play together in order to create a successful business. There isn't just one secret thing that makes it all happen. With proper leadership, customer satisfaction, a contagious environment, and making sure your employees are satisfied is a great step in the right direction to create that business that's successful. I want to thank you all for tuning in and giving my podcast a listen. I hope I gave you some good insight on how businesses can be successful, and I hope you listen to my other podcasts if I ever decide to make another one. Thank you. Bye.